Welcome back. I'm Joe Kelly, your ops guy, and this is Foli Friday. It's me, the ops guy, and we're back on our grind. Success doesn't take any weekends off, and neither do we. So before we get into today's Foli Friday, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Show me some love, support these entrepreneurs and these small businesses, and you can get all this great information. So let's get right into it. So this weekend, super cool because I was going down to a family reunion down in Fort Lauderdale, and we stopped in Ocala. And a buddy of mine sent me a TikTok about this Lee's barbecue spot. Wasn't sure if it's going to be any good. So my family and I, we decided to stop on in, and I was greeted by Rashad Jones, super cool dude. Didn't realize he was that tall. Super cool dude. And I tried the brisket. My wife had the mac and cheese with the beans. My son got the rib tips, and we tried it all. And when I tell you, this was some of the best brisket I've ever had. And I'm not a huge brisket barbecue type of guy. I like my baked chickens. I like my barbecue chickens. But this brisket, I'm telling you, bussin'. I mean, it was just amazing. No barbecue sauce needed. It was tender. It was good. My wife, she's a very picky eater. I pick on her all the time. I tell her she eats like a bird, and she has a palate of a 7-year-old. Chicken tenders and French fries. That's it. And even she was like, babe, we got to go back there and get that brisket. It was just amazing. So Rashad Jones, I appreciate you welcoming me and my family. Awesome job on that brisket, and you will be seeing us again. That's a really good question. And I know a lot of business owners are facing the exact same thing, right? How do you maximize operational efficiency, but not lose that creative integrity? And this is one of the main reasons why I started Foli, is because every business has a unique component to itself. Now, if you want to be a big box corporation and you follow a blueprint, well, buy a franchise, right? But if you want to be unique to who you are, you're going to need customized solutions that's tailored to your business specifically. So with that being said, here are 3 recommendations. One is protect your creative time, right? This here is cost you no money. If you have a massive budget, if you're just starting out and you have no budget at all, this is free of charge. All you have to do is go into your Google Calendar or your iMac calendar, your iPhone calendar, and you can block out time for you to have your creative space. Now, don't be overzealous, right? Over ambitious, say I'm gonna block 6 hours of creative time. Let's be realistic, right? If 2 hours is what you need, set it for 2 hours. If you go to 3 to 4 hours, great, kudos to you. But set a realistic expectation on what that time is going to be as it pertains to your creative space. I like to build tiny houses. I like to build furniture, and I'm currently building one right now. My wife and my sons know when daddy's in build mode, he does not need to be interrupted. So I'm down there building in that tiny house for 4 or 5 hours, and I'm not blocked out by operations, by work, by anything. That is my creative space. So block that time out for you so that you don't mix in the operations and mix in the creativity, because they don't really mesh that well. Standardizing your operational functions is number 2. Now, this may require some investment, maybe a big investment, maybe a little investment, but it's going to require some investment. Number 1 is you got to standardize your processes, right? If you have operational individuals such as interns, part-timers, full-timers, there needs to be a process on how you do what you do in operations consistently, time after time. It needs to be documented. It needs to be on your phone, on your computer, somewhere where you can reference that document every single time for every new person. That's number 1. Number 2 is how do you measure productivity? You're going to do that with KPIs. Now, a KPI is your key performance indicator. What that tells me is, as an operator, if Joe is doing this really well, I'll have something I can measure him on. If Susan is doing really well here, I'll have something to measure her on. So this allows you to engage with your team to make sure that they're meeting their productivity goals, making sure that they're getting the job done how you need it done, when you need it done. That's going to require a lot of upfront capital of time, meaning if you don't have it already established, then you need to actually go block out some time to build out what your SOPs are going to be. Make sure that it's in an order that individuals that may not know what you're doing or maybe new to your industry or your business can easily understand. So you're going to have to build that out with further SOPs. And for those KPIs, it's going to take a little bit more upfront time capital for you to be able to measure what it is that you want to measure these individuals on, right? In the creative space, that could be relatively difficult if you don't have an ironed out system, ironed out team, or know exactly what you're looking for. In other cases, it may be relatively easy, right? Looking at the quality of photos and videos and time deliverables and things of that nature. So those are two things that you're going to have to invest not only money, but you're going to also invest some time up front to really build out those SOPs and build out those KPIs for that team. And standardizing operations, you're going to have to look at or potentially look at some project management tools. Now, if you don't know what a project management tool is, basically it's a really cool way to organize everything that you have planned for your business, right? So if you're a photographer, right, you can put in your project management tool. I want to do filming from this time to this time. I want to do contracts from this time to that time. I want to visit a school and do community events from this time to that time, right? It allows you to have a status on when you start, where you are in between that project, and when that project actually ends. Now, there's a multitude of options that are available. And again, this is going to require some upfront investment financially, as well as time. So when you're dealing with these project management tools, this is something that you could easily put in place within a week, right? And start using it. But ultimately, it is something that you will have to determine whether or not this is something good for your business. Now, as you're growing your business, I like to do things in tiers. So that's with anything. So tier one will be blocking that creative time. Again, making sure you set realistic expectations on what that time is going to be. And this requires no financial investment. Very simple, easy peasy, right? Number two is going to be standardizing that operation functions, right? Making sure that you understand what those KPIs are, spending the time on building out those SOPs, and having a small amount of a financial investment with bringing in some type of project management system. And lastly, tier number three is outsourcing those operational services. So as a good leader, leaders know that if they don't know something, they outsource it. So they focus on what they're really good at, and they go find someone that has the expertise and ability to take their business to the next level. And that's why Foli was created. Foli was created because we have over 25 years of experience in operations, and we want you to have access to that without having the massive price tag that comes with a big box corporation. So you can focus on bringing in someone full time to do exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish now, or you can allow us and my team to come up and build a customized plan just for you, just for your organization, that's going to help you get to the next level. Every business is different and every owner is unique. So I hope this information was very helpful for the ones watching. As a small business owner myself, and to the owners that I'm talking to, if you know of anyone that can benefit from joining our Foli community, please share this video, subscribe to this video so that we can grow this community to be amazing. Now, if you're interested in getting that customized plan, please go to folicm.com and get your future ready review scheduled and on the books. I'm super excited to meet more amazing entrepreneurs out there that want to make a huge change, not only in the economy, but in their communities. And I will be super excited to see you plus a friend next Friday for Foli Friday. All right, until next time, grind over the weekend. Let's kill it next week, and I'll see you on Friday.